Hello uploaders, it's Jamie here again today with a new look at one of the biggest Quest games going right now, Onward. Yes, we've been waiting for this Quest 2 patch, well, for a while, seeing as we've had Quest 2 for a while, but it being launch day today, you haven't been waiting at all. You're lucky you. Anyway, you probably already know that when Onward launched on Oculus Quest 1 a couple of months ago, it caused a bit of a stir. Obviously, the graphics had to be downgraded from the PC version, but they were actually downgraded quite dramatically, and because there had to be crossplay in the game, it actually brought the visual fidelity of the PC version down too. Now, Downpour is continuing to chip away at the PC version, and it's made some big strides in recent months, including with a patch today. But the thing we're really here to talk about is the difference between Quest 1 and Quest 2, and I'm happy to say it's quite noticeable. Now, there are two big things we're going to be looking out for as we go through the Suburbia map once again. The first is what's called specular maps, and this relates directly to the weapons, which now have improved models and lighting. But Downpour also says you'll enjoy an improved level of detail bias, which combats pop-in in the game. Now, pop-in is a term that refers to when objects and textures suddenly stream or load right in near you, and you kind of notice it jumping into existence almost. So while the game world actually looks kind of similar in both versions of the game, and let's also note that even the Quest 1 version has been updated here, it's these little details that are actually going to be really standing out as we take a look. The thing about pop-in in the original Quest version of the game is that it's very, very prevalent and erratic. And it can actually be pretty distracting when you're trying to, say, line up your sights, or you're just trying to spot an enemy in the distance. The Quest 2 version of the game still has some of this, but if you take a look, you'll see it happening far more often in the Quest 1 version. For a more direct example, take a look at the bench as we move through the garden area. You can see on Quest 1, it takes much longer to reach the Quest 2's level. Of course, another big test of this in the Suburbia map is that washing machine straight off of Straight Street. In past versions of the game, even on PC, it's taken ages for that to load in, and on the Quest 2 version, it actually hits a great level of detail pretty much as soon as you see it. So looking around the house, you can still see that a lot of the textures are still kind of fairly simplistic. Looking out the window still reveals a bizarre nowhere space. But again, just going around this environment, you should be seeing much more pop-in in the Quest 1 version, which can really make gameplay distracting, which is an issue in an online shooter like this, especially one as demanding as Onward. So as you can see, we're still missing some of the effects that we saw in the original Rift version of the game. For example, the house that we're walking past behind this tank right now doesn't have the fire effects it used to have. But let's just round up by looking at some of the differences in some of the starter weapons for your different classes. I think this really hits home some of the extra effects you're going to be enjoying as you play more and more Quest 2 games in the future. But overall, this is just a quick look at some of the graphics changes for Onward on Quest 2 versus Quest 1. What do you think of them? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications button. And check back with UploadVR for many more Quest 2 graphics comparisons coming right up.